It's day 3 of making a coach for every dinosaur in the game. Today it's Stegoceratops. I promise it was the wheel, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, let's get into the build. I started with the research facility because that's what all the hybrid people are doing. What's up? All the hybrid builds are doing. Hybrid people, what are we doing again? Either way, I decided to build a control center as an observation center. So the control center, I know I put a science center somewhere around here, but the control center is really supposed to be the place where they make the hybrids. Spinoceratops, Spinoraptor, Stegoceratops, which in this case we're doing Stegoceratops. And I decided to make a hybrid facility where we can do hybrid stuff, hybrid antics. I'm gonna make a runway so people can arrive, otherwise they won't just arrive by helicopter, which some people will, hence the arrival point. And I decided to keep it sand, because that's the best way to look. Decided to put a Jurassic World viewing platform as a radio tower or control tower. And gonna put the spotlights as runway lights. And gonna continue along. I'm trying to place them in places you can, make them look okay. And gonna change it back to daylight, and I'm gonna change all the light colors to orange so it can look more like a runway. And I decided to add some more lights because you can't go wrong with too many lights. And decided to add some more colors because orange, I'm pretty sure runways have different colors. And gonna add some planters because I feel like I need more of that. And it's a desert habitat, so can you really have too much planters? I thought so. No. Gonna continue with another row of planters, and I started to form an idea for this. And I'm gonna continue along with the borders, and gonna continue with the two wood planters on each side, and then with the stone planter. And again, continuing with aligning the planters and trying to find a way to add stuff with the smaller planters. And that turned out to be pretty good. Gonna add some multi-walls, and I'm gonna create a planter because why not? And now we're just gonna add some rock work to set out the layout, and this is what I decided. I haven't really used desert rocks, and I added a skeleton so you can see some scenery. I know it's supposed to be a hybrid facility, but let's make it a nice hybrid facility. There are some devious antics going on here, and we're gonna make it nice devious antics. Gonna align it with planters and the tropical plants, even because I didn't really like the desert looks. And gonna align it with tropical flowers too. Also with this tropical fern. It's a fern planter. You should use desert plants, but I don't have the energy, and I'm pretty sure I like this one the best. They can go good with any coloration, and they're just the best universal planter. Sorry, by the way, if you're watching this on a console. You can do this with any other plant. There's shrubs that you can do for the desert. Gonna fill it in with flower pots so I can fill in the gaps, and it's gonna look good. Yeah, either way. Gonna continue on with flower pots, and I had to exit out for recording for something. I forgot what it was, but there was a little pause there. I'm not sure if you noticed. Gonna continue on with flower pots, filling everything in, and it turned out to be a pretty good planter, even though nobody would really notice it as they walk. Everybody would notice it as they walk in. It's not the main highlight of the build, so the Stegoceratops is the main highlight of the build, but this is the best I could do. Gonna continue along with this flower pot, and we're done. Gonna continue finding a way to fill that gap up, and then I realized we need a viewing area later, though, because yeah. And then I looked for stuff to fill in that little gap right there, and I decided to put some cages. But then, since it's Stegoceratops, use some Stegosaurus cages because is that the best way to cage it? And I'm pretty sure they also had Triceratops in that cages too in the movie. I'm gonna find a way to put some fencing, and gonna put the diagonal corners because that's something I really like doing. Gonna find a way to do diagonal across too and cut it out. And then I changed the fencing to my favorite type of fencing, where you can have the Jurassic Park gate, and I add some viewing galleries and some viewing domes, or whatever that. I'm gonna add the pathway to there, and again, gonna continue along with the path work. I'm gonna work on the habitat because that's the best thing I could do. I didn't really have much inspiration because I've never really done desert habitats. This is about my second time doing desert habitat. This was the best I could do. I really like the use of cacti, and it's my favorite thing. I remember when this was the part of the game people were excited about, the desert maps. And then eventually people realized how much it sucks and never played with it again. Gonna continue on with the rock work because that's really what makes a desert habitat. This is supposed to be what I like to call a green desert, and then the Sahara Desert would be something I like to call a dry desert, which is just no plants in sight at all. Nothing, just sand. Either way, can you continue along with the planters and everything that you need, and gonna continue along with the rock work. That's it, and I'm gonna put some ferns there. Gonna just align it up, and that's it. This is the Stegoceratops during the daytime. And watch for transition. This is it at nighttime. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Either way, this is the Stegoceratops walking. It looks bad. The model is okay, but I think this could be a really cool build. I utilized it really good. Talk correctly. This is the end of this video. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want next. Until next time. Bye bye.